that they might have life and have it more abundantly. The gospel of the Lord. Okay, kiddos, come on forward, come on down. Oh, wait, there's no one here. Oh, well. All right, time for a children's homily. Well, sort of. It's more of a little advanced, I guess, a little more linguistic than normal children's homily, but that's okay. So, everyone here, got all the kids? Hello. So in this time of quarantine, we're probably all supposed to do chores and whatnot and do different things. So I took a word game puzzle and made it into quarantine mode. The actual word, the actual like sentence is, I never said she stole my money. I never said she stole my money. Remember that for another time. You can play with that later. But what you can do with that sentence is this. So I'm going to change that sentence to this. I never said I'd mow the lawn. That's what, let's say your dad is going to tell you, hey, you got to go mow the lawn or you got to do the chores or whatever. You can respond, I never said I'd mow the lawn. What's cool about this sentence and the other money one, which it works more perfectly with that one, is you can change the inflection on any one of these words and it will change the meaning of the sentence. I never said I'd mow the lawn, Dad. I never said I'd mow the lawn. I never said I'd mow the lawn. I never said I'd mow the lawn. She will. She could. My sister. I never said I'd mow the lawn. I never said I'd mow the lawn. Anyway, try that later, not now. You're in church right now. Try it later with, I never said she stole my money. And you can make like 7 different meanings with it. Anyway, that's just fun. Here's what we're working with today. Jesus tells us, I am the gate. I am the good shepherd. If we change the emphasis on these words, we can also not change, but like emphasize what he's meaning. I am the good shepherd. Me, Jesus. I am the good shepherd. I am the good shepherd. Like that's part of my identity. That's who I am, is the good shepherd. And the good shepherd is me. I am the good shepherd. I am the good shepherd, as opposed to any other shepherd. Or I am the only shepherd who is good. I am the good shepherd, as opposed to a shepherd who would be bad or mediocre or lazy. And I am the good shepherd. I'm not the good nice guy. I'm not the good soldier. I'm not the good king. I'm the good shepherd. Yes, I am a king, obviously. I'm Jesus, but I am the good shepherd. And so allegedly, it's Good Shepherd Sunday, I think, and also it's Pastor Appreciation Day or week. And I thought that was every day. Just kidding. So it's been great to have people honking at my house, people putting signs and leaving treats. In addition to all the May baskets, I caught most of the people who tried to ding dong ditch me for a May basket. Anyway, so it's Pastor Appreciation Week or Priest Appreciation Day or something. But I think it's cool that coincides with this alleged Good Shepherd Sunday, which I think it is. I'm a very confused priest. So Good Shepherd Sunday, we are supposed to be good shepherds. All the priests and bishops, deacons, and the Pope that work for you to lead you and all of us to Christ through the church are supposed to be good shepherds. Jesus says, I am the good shepherd, and now I ordain you, priests, deacons, clergy, bishops, to try to be good shepherds like me. I hope we can all be good shepherds and at least be kind and loving shepherds. Whether we're actually truly good, that's for the Lord to decide and no one else. But so the priests and the leaders of the church are supposed to be modeling their lives after the good shepherd who leads his sheep and protects them. Same way as you as parents also get to be good shepherds. I appreciate all the affirmation and all the love and appreciation that I've seen, as I felt appreciated on this Priest Appreciation Day or week, definitely. So thank you. But remember, whatever flock you have under you, whether you're a parent or a teacher, your students and children, you need to affirm and appreciate your parents, your teachers, your grandparents. And then on the other hand, you shepherd their emotions as well by affirming them, saying, good job for doing your homework, or good job for not burning down the house this week, whatever it may be. So whether we are sheep, whether we are leaders of a flock, it is good to have encouragement and affirmation come to us, and it's good for us to do the same to others. So we're talking about Jesus, the Good Shepherd, today. It's very exciting because this is one of those gospel passages that has some homework with it, or some extra credit, or some just, rabbit holing, if you want. Jesus talks and says, I am the good shepherd. Okay, great. He's using a sheep analogy, something that makes sense to the people of that time. Well, obviously not the Pharisees, because it says in the gospel that they don't understand what he's talking about. So it's even worse for them because he's using a very simple analogy. But what's cool is it goes even deeper and even more shames the Pharisees that they don't understand, is that Jesus is talking about the Good Shepherd of Israel, which comes from the book of Ezekiel, the prophet Ezekiel in the Old Testament during the Babylonian exile, chapter 34, I believe. You can go and read that afterward. It's really fun to line them up and read chapter 34 of Ezekiel and then read Jesus talking about the Good Shepherd. And it makes even more sense. It's even more juicier and even more layered. So it's delicious. The Good Shepherd in Ezekiel is opposed and set up next to the bad shepherd, and talks about what a bad shepherd does and how he leads his people astray, and how he mooches off of them and is lazy and is a robber and a thief and a destroyer. They've had a lot of those lately. A lot of the kings of Israel have been bad shepherds, but God is going to raise up a good shepherd, and here's how he's going to be. I don't know when he's going to come. I don't know what he's going to be like, but he'll come and he'll set Israel free, and not only Israel, but the whole world. Fast forward to Revelation, the book of Revelation. It also sets up two things. It sets up the Antichrist and the Lamb. Few clarifications about the book of Revelation. It was written by John, and it's apocalypse. The apocalypse is, we've taken it to mean the end of the world, but what apocalypse actually means is a Greek word for opening up, revelation, revealing. This is revealing things. It's not, scripture scholars will come down, and myself too, will come down and say that it is written for the Christians in early Rome who were being persecuted by Nero. It's written for anyone after this reading about, it's for anyone going through persecution, or it could be, about the end of the world. But the most important thing, it's a kind of a professional pet peeve of mine when people look at the world events and then match it up to the book of Revelation. Don't do that. That's not what it's meant for. It's just going to confuse you, get you all excited and worked up. That's not the point. Revelation is not about the end of the world. Yes, it could be, but ultimately and more joyfully and more and better is that the book of Revelation, the apocalypse written by John, is an encouragement to the witnesses under persecution. That's a theme throughout the book. Yes, there's a lot of blood. Yes, there's a lot of killing and locusts and death and fear and crazy dragons in the sky and stuff. But these are all visions meant to reveal what the witnesses and the martyrs are going through, their persecution, but also how they will be rewarded in the end. Yes, all this chaos and blood and big spooky horsemen that everyone loves to talk about, but the thing that is overlooked is this glassy sea of serenity that they get to finally at the end and at the beginning. And the Lamb. They sit underneath the altar, these witnesses, these martyrs. Apocalypse is a Greek word for reveal, revelation, and martyr is a Greek word for witness, someone who witnesses. So we, right now, during Corona time, are witnesses. We are martyrs. We are witnesses. We are those Christians persevering through whatever plagues, through whatever hardship we're going through. And not only during Corona time, but also during life in general. We all go through this, and we must persevere, just as St. Peter says in his letter today. Persevere with patience. So that brings me back to I love Revelation, so I get going on it. The Antichrist. People think the Antichrist is someone who's actually opposite Jesus Christ. That's not true. They think that the Antichrist, or maybe they say that political leader, he's the Antichrist, or man, that boss I had at my last job, he was the real Antichrist. No, the Antichrist is going to look almost identical to Jesus. He's going to be shiny and beautiful and attractive and call people to him or her. The only thing that's missing is the wounds. The way to tell the true Christ from the Antichrist is no wounds. No sacrifice was made for the people. No blood was shed for their benefit, and no sort of self-gift was made. That is the way that we tell the Antichrist from the true Christ. And so those two line up with the shepherd and the good shepherd that Ezekiel talks about, and then also Jesus talks about in the gospel today. I am the good shepherd. I am the Christ. I'm the one who lays down my life for the sheep. I'm the one who's going to lead you through the gate, and I'm the one who's going to lead you through to the pasture. That may sound egotistical, but Jesus is the only one who can be that way because he truly is everything that he says he is. I am the good shepherd. These other guys, the ones who come before me, the thieves, the robbers, the liars, the lazy shepherds, they are all going to lead you astray. They are going to jump through a hole in the fence or jump over the fence in another place. They're not going to go through the main gate. They're going to avoid me, and they're going to jump in and try to tempt you, try to persuade you, try to lead you astray amidst all this struggle. So you've got the good shepherd, the bad shepherd, the robber, the lazy, no good for nothing intruder. You've got the Antichrist. You've got the pastor, the sheep trying to find their way home, and you've got Revelation, the apocalypse, the book talking about persecution. What voice are we going to follow? We have before us the good shepherd, and we have the bad shepherd. We have shiny things. We have sports or food or a relationship or whatever it is that distracts us from the voice of the good shepherd who leads us only to goodness and love through his own self-sacrifice. The bad shepherd, the lazy antichrist who does not sacrifice for his people, is going to look good and look like the most worldly, knowledgeable thing, either pursuing a career, making money, getting fame, likes on something. All these things are not inherently bad. The enemy just twists them and tries to lead us astray from the true shepherd, the true Christ. So during this time of Corona, during this time of just, life, sidetrack. I know people have asked me too, is this the end of the world, Father? And I've come to realize the answer is it doesn't matter. If you're living your life as a Christian who's ready to be with the shepherd, it shouldn't matter if the end of the world is tomorrow or 2,000 more years. The end of the world should not scare us because we are the martyrs. We are the witnesses who are sheltered underneath the cloak and the staff of the good shepherd. So during this time we call life, and during this Corona time of persecution from the virus and from not being able to go to church because of safety, we're being persecuted by our own love. The fact that we stay home, the fact that we have not opened up this church is out of love. Same way that Jesus died out of love. Jesus is not only the right, the true, and the good shepherd, but he's also a very strong and mighty shepherd. I'm going to use this candle snuffer as an example. Think of a shepherd's staff. The shepherd is not just a gentle. You've seen wall hangings and stuff of Jesus holding this lamb and looking very smiley and looking very peaceful and nice, but that's only one half of the good shepherd. The good shepherd will fight enemies if needed. He'll fight off robbers, use this as a weapon. He'll beat them off, beat off wolves, or throw rocks at them, try to get them away from the flock to protect them. And then when the sheep go astray, he'll pull them with the crook. That's why the shepherd's staff is shaped like that, to beat off, to defend, and to guide and lead. It's pretty cool. And then also the bishop, the crozier. The bishop, funny hat the bishop has is a mitre. And then the Crozier is the Greek words, I think. Greek, yeah. He has a staff because he is the good shepherd. Well, he's supposed to be, and I'm supposed to be. We're trying to be through ordination. So as we go forward in this fourth week of ordinary time, fourth week of Easter, uh, what is the voice of the bad shepherd trying to lead you astray? Where is that in your life? And where's the voice of the good shepherd? And which one are you going to follow and go to that beautiful pasture that we're all working towards, which is heaven, community, and an eternity of love with our shepherd? Amen.